We're gonna start with Buono. Buono was actually my very first idol group that I ever got into and was my gateway into Japanese pop culture and entertainment. The group was made up of 3 of Hello Project's strongest performers from the Hello Project Kids lineup of talents, and created this new unit that would solely be designed for the sake of singing the opening and ending theme songs for the Shukokura anime. Buono ended up becoming so incredibly popular outside of the anime's fanbase that ultimately, when the anime ended in late 2010, they decided that they would continue the group because their popularity was just too immense to not do that. Buono was a little bit unique in the sense that, for one, their music style was more pop rock flavored. That wasn't as common at the time with idol groups. I'm not saying there weren't idol groups that existed that did this style of music, but I'm saying that for mainstream idols, this was not common. And their music was definitely very fitting of the anime, very fun, very feminine, very girly, but also had a little bit of edge to it, very much like the protagonist of the anime. It was very fitting. As the group developed, they started going more into straight rock sort of sounds and developing a more wider range of rock genres within their discography, and also a few other types of things too. But Buono was very much a very band oriented group. So they were also one of, if not, I believe they were the first idol group to use a proper backing band for all of their shows, and they sung live every time except for that one time. But that wasn't their choice. That one just kind of called for it, all things considered. They did dip into more pop around the Partenza era, but other than that, Buono was, for the most part, very band sort of music oriented, and it suited them really well. Their live performances are actually the best way to get to know Buono and to really experience them, so I do strongly recommend watching their 2017 concert, or even their 2016 one, both of them. There are so many clips up on YouTube. I recommend those because that was truly Buono at their peak. Although all of their live performances are fantastic, no matter how far back you go. The girls were always very talented and very charismatic and great performers, but definitely if you're just getting into them at this stage, I would start with those videos. My album recommendation for this group would be their 3rd album, We Are Buono. I love their 3rd album. It is to this day one of my favorite J-pop albums. I think it's really solid and I recommend you give it a go. My 3 song recommendations for Buono are Hatsukoi Cider, which is a fan favorite, it's a must recommend. Independent Girl, which is another fan favorite and definitely a harder rock track. And Urahara. I can never skip that song when it comes on, it's so good. And the live performance of it with their cute little, like almost like maid sort of gingham outfits, it's too good. It's too good. To this day, that performance still stands up. I love it